Hi everyone, I'm Karen Cole from Legal Minded Friends, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a UK lawyer. I have been working in the justice system for over 4 decades, and I have worked in the UK court system for 24 years, over 24 years. So my channel will offer you an overview on different aspects of the law. So let's get into it.
This is Florida's 13th execution of the year. Our Bridget Matter joining us now from Rayford.
Louis, like you mentioned, the 13th execution this year. There are two more on the books. It took about 11 minutes to execute Victor Tony Jones. He is convicted of killing a married couple back in 1990 in the city of Miami, Jacob and Matilda Nestor, during a robbery. That was in December of 1990. Now, the married couple, they were in their 60s. They had owned an engineering company when this robbery took place. We did speak to the victim's daughter yesterday. She was here to witness this execution. She was front and center. When they asked Jones if he had any last words, he simply said, "No, sir," and that's when the execution began. Now, we are waiting for Irene Fisher. She has agreed to talk to the media after the execution has taken place. She's actually just pulled up here, so we're going to speak to her, and we'll have an update for you tonight at 9 and 11.
Hello, legal-minded friends. As part of my playlist on judges' sentencing decisions and remarks and what they teach us, we are going to discuss the decision of the Florida Supreme Court, who rejected an appeal and petition for a stay of execution for the convicted killer, Victor Tony Jones. So you heard a bit of the background from the news clip, but let me share a bit more. On the 19th of December 1990, Victor Jones took the life of a couple in their 60s. They were from Brooklyn, New York, and moved to Miami-Dade County, Florida. The couple often gave day jobs to those in need. They hired Victor Jones to do odd jobs at their workshop, a business they ran together. And can you imagine, the day after they hired him, this horrific incident took place. The unimaginable happened. You can read the gruesome details in this USA Today online news article by Amanda Lee Myers. As I like to introduce you to new authors, it is so sad to read Jack and Dolly Nestor, as they were affectionately known in their community, gave Victor Jones an opportunity to do honest work and earn a bit of money before Christmas, yet he turned on them so violently. I will let you know in a nutshell what happened. Victor Jones fatally stabbed the Nestors. Their legal names were Jacob and Matilda Nestor. During the struggle, Jacob Nestor, Matilda's husband, managed to grab a weapon and shot Victor Jones, who was found by the police at the scene with a head wound and Nestor's personal belongings in his pocket, like a wallet and keys. At the hospital, Victor Jones confessed to a nurse he committed the brutal crimes because he said they owed him money. He was found guilty and sentenced to receive the DP. After several appeals, this final appeal argued that there was newly discovered evidence that Victor Jones was a victim of abuse when he was at a correctional school called Okeechobee, a reform school for boys, and because this evidence was unknown at the time of his trial by him or his attorneys, his appeal argued evidence of this nature would probably have yielded him a lesser sentence on a retrial, because according to his appeal attorneys, they could have argued mitigation against the DP, that Jones was less culpable than others who committed equally appalling crimes. The petition also argued he has an intellectual disability and the DP would violate the U.S. Constitution's Eighth Amendment ban on cruel and unusual punishment. Yet at the trial, the judge found 3 aggravating factors were proven beyond a reasonable doubt. 1. Jones was under a sentence of imprisonment. 2. Jones was convicted of prior violent felonies. And 3. The murders were committed during the course of a robbery. And what I found most interesting was how this newly known evidence was discovered. There were hundreds of victims at the 2 state reform schools who were abused. They were given letters that they could receive reparations. The amount of money was in the region of $21,000 or more. I believe this was in June of 2025 as part of a $20 million reparations program that was approved in 2024 by Florida lawmakers. And Victor Jones was given a letter telling him that he was part of those identified as attending one of the reform schools between 1940 and 1975. The Supreme Court denied the stay on execution 5-1, saying the abuse was not newly discovered, as the alleged abuse would have been known to Victor Jones long before the time of his trial, so it was procedurally barred and meritless, and did not constitute evidence to yield a life sentence on retrial, adding it is an improper attempt to litigate previously decided issues. The opinion by the court also said that any mitigation that Victor Jones might offer at the retrial regarding the reform school would be derived from the abuse itself, known to him in 1970, not from the 2025 eligibility letter sent to him. So what is this telling us all? What are we learning from it? That the court may draw an adverse inference or negative conclusion if you fail to raise evidence in a trial that one knew about and didn't evidence it. So we heard that Victor Jones had previous convictions, and it would appear that he hadn't told them even then. I'm not sure why it didn't come up on any pre-sentencing report, so that's quite interesting. But Victor did not mention that he was a victim of the reform school, and it was the letter that he received that confirmed his eligibility, but he failed to mention his abuse in his trial. According to the court filings, because it was not known to him or his attorneys. What do you think about that? Is the court's inference, if he was a victim of abuse, he would have known? And according to the judge, it would not have changed the aggravating factors in any event. From my calculation, it would appear that Victor Jones was around 29 years old at the time he did these horrific crimes, making him at least 9 years old if he was at the reform school in 1970. Many young people who are victims have repressed childhood traumas, a defense mechanism that may or may not be a conscious choice. So his appeal seems to be pleading with the court that the system is re-victimizing Victor Jones with a capital punishment sentence. What do you think? At the time of Victor Jones' execution, he was 64 years old. I think we heard that in the clip. And the family of the couple who Victor took so violently said they would be attending his execution. He was executed and was pronounced dead on the 30th of September 2025. The family had to wait 35 years, and many of them are no longer here to witness justice being carried out. If you are interested in knowing what another judge had to say about the time delays that it takes for prisons to carry out executions, watch this video on the screen, as this judge's comments are really interesting. Let me play the beginning of this video as a teaser.
People need to suck it up, realize they've got a hard job to do, and get it done in a timely, proficient, professional way. And I'm not buying the sympathy stuff on behalf of the people that have to do their job.
What you just heard is the Honorable Judge, who captured the world's attention with his sharp words on carrying out executions for capital offenses. But that's not all he said. And in this video, we are going to discuss his decision. Will it benefit victims of the state of Oklahoma, USA, especially after the update of these two moms who were found murdered there.
If you want to continue watching, click the link at the end of this video. By leaving a comment, you may help someone else that will read your comment. And of course, I love to read all comments as they are valued, and together we can be more informed. And this information may help you or someone you know. In the meantime, on this channel, you'll find a variety of playlists to suit every curiosity about the justice system. And we provide you with a visual to information and the process. Going through a legal worry is devastating, and the Who Knew and Why Me playlists are designed to help you or someone you know. So please like this video if you like this kind of content. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I'm going live or upload another video. I'm Karen Cole from Legal Minded Friends. Information is power, meaning if you know something, you can make decisions that are right for you.